It is time to talk about feedback, oh, feedback, oh. Okay, all right, I'm doing too much. What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Unlimited Podcast, where we help you maximize your creativity. I'm Izzy Lemons. Let's get into it. Welcome to the Unlimited Podcast, where we help you maximize your creativity. Like I said, my name is Izzy Lemons, and I am your host for today. Look, I want to say thank you so much for tuning in today. If it's your first time, I want to say welcome to the Unlimited family. Hey, look, I promise you it's not going to feel like a waste of time, but you're going to leave here with some wisdom for your creative journey. If it's not your first time, I want to say thank you so much for tuning in once again. I appreciate your consistency. It shows that you value what we do and what we're saying here. So it's greatly appreciated. But back to all you first timers, as a brief introduction, my name is Izzy Lemons, if I haven't said it like 10 times already, and I've been a creative for over 14 years. And I reached a point in my life where everything came crashing down because I didn't know who I was or what my purpose was. But now I run this thing called Unlimited Artistry, where we help you maximize your creativity by helping you understand your purpose, uncover your creative identity, and uncap your creative potential. We do all of this to reach a state of unlimited artistry, which is using our creative gifts in the way that our creator intended for us. So if you think you're ready to take that journey, stay tuned. At Unlimited Artistry, we are super passionate about connecting you to your purpose and connecting you with the resources to help you maximize your creativity. And that is why we've created the Creative Collective. What is the Creative Collective? It's a community forum where creatives can engage in conversation on creativity and purpose regarding their creative gifts. It's a Discord server, and it's the perfect place for you to share experiences, ask questions, and talk about the things that affect you as a creative. Most importantly, the Creative Collective is your opportunity for community. On this journey to maximizing your creative potential, it's super important to be surrounded by community that's on the same journey as you, that can keep you motivated, and so that you have others to keep motivated as well. Believe me when I say it's hard and almost impossible to maximize your creative potential by yourself. And plus, there are many skilled and caring creatives in the Creative Collective, so why not get connected? Look, the Creative Collective is free, so it's at no risk to you. Get connected. Every week, we engage in a voice call where we talk about something that affects us as creatives. If you want to share your perspectives, your techniques, your strategies, or even just your experiences, hop in the Creative Collective today. You can visit the link in the description of this episode, and it'll take you straight to the Discord. If I haven't stressed it enough, you do not want to miss this. Don't miss your opportunity for community. And speaking of engaging with community, one of the best ways today to build a platform around which you can build a community is by starting a podcast. Look, trust me, I understand. Starting and maintaining a podcast, it takes some work, but with the right resources, it can be easy. Buzzsprout is a podcast host that not only helps you distribute your podcast to all the major streaming platforms, but they have plenty of resources available to help you from starting your podcast to monetizing your podcast. Another great feature about them, they have many different pricing options, so you can find one that fits your resources. But, okay, hold on. Since you're part of the Unlimited family, we had to make it a little bit sweet for you, okay? If you sign up for a paid account using the affiliate link in the description, Buzzsprout will send you a $20 Amazon gift card on your second month. That's about an 80% return on what you would be spending for 2 months of a subscription. And who doesn't love Amazon? Look, if you've been looking for a sign to start your podcast, this is your sign. Go start it. Use the link in the description. Might I also add, it's a great way to support Unlimited Artistry. And plus, who doesn't love Amazon? Look, don't miss this great opportunity. Sign up today. Hey, whoa. Look, I know we usually go into the unlimited production right about now, but I have something special I want to tell you about. Matter of fact, come closer. At the end of this year, Unlimited Artistry is launching our very first video course. Make some noise. This is super exciting. This is new ground for us. Look, I know some of us as creatives, including myself, have struggled with being organized and staying organized, not just in our creativity, but in our regular day-to-day lives. Through this video course, I'm going to share some of the strategies and tactics that I use to stay organized on a day-to-day basis, as well as the mindset behind making those work. Look, I know if you're not one, then you know a disorganized creative that needs this. So be sure to share this with them. But here's the catch. The Creative Collective will get exclusive first access at an exclusive price. So look, if you want exclusive first access to this course and exclusive pricing, go join the Creative Collective right now so you do not miss a beat. This video course will be out at the end of the year, so you have some time to gather some things up. Stay tuned, stay locked into everything Unlimited Artistry to make sure that you do not miss a beat. Okay, back to our regularly scheduled programming. It is time for an unlimited production. Let's go. Music production is a huge foundation for everything that Unlimited Artistry is. We've had the honor and privilege of working with many different artists and being a part of many different great projects, and we love to share the stories behind those projects. Sharing the Unlimited productions are a great way for us to share what we're working on and how we're using our creative gifts. Most importantly, we do this for educational purposes. So if you have questions about anything that you hear, feel free to hit me directly in the Creative Collective. This week's Unlimited production is called Dani's Fight by Got My Own Sound.
Wrote this song for you, oh, don't you cry. Just dry your eyes, dry your eyes. Don't you give up yet. We're gonna win this fight, gonna win this fight. And you'll make it through, yeah. You're so special. Wrote this song for you. I know the road ahead is scary now. I know it seems like it's
So I'm a part of, in my opinion, one of the greatest bands to come out of the DMV, Got My Own Sound. The band is led by drummer Wes Watkins, who you've heard me mention before, who's been a mentor to me since I was really young. This song, Dani's Fight, comes right out of our 2019 EP, Out of Love. This song has a really deep meaning behind it. It was written about one of Wes' best friends, Danielle Davis, who struggled with a very rare form of cancer. This song was written not just for her, but for others struggling through dark times as a way to stay encouraged and to keep pushing and to keep fighting. Sadly, Dani recently passed in January of this year. Like I said, this song carries a very deep emotional meaning behind it. And so since she's passed, we have not performed the song again. Musically, this song was inspired by Jay Dilla, PJ Morton, and Stevie Wonder. You can hear those influences through the key changes, the instrumentation, even the drums. This song was produced by myself and Wes. The artists featured on this song include Kane, John Williams, and Frank Sirius. This song was a lot of fun for me to produce, not just because of the emotional meaning behind the song and how important this song is in several people's lives, but it started from a beat that I created that Wes and I believed that we could reinterpret using live instrumentation. A fun fact about this record is that if you go back far enough on the Unlimited Artistry page, there's a video of me playing guitar to the original beat. So if you can find that, send it in the Creative Collective and there may be a prize. I don't know. But if you do find that video, that is the original idea for that song. If you love what you're hearing and would like for Unlimited Artistry to help you bring your musical visions to life, you can visit the website and get started as soon as today. We provide services such as full music production, mixing, mastering, and guitar tracking. You can check the link in the description for a direct link to reach out to us and schedule a consultation. That has been our Unlimited production. Now it is time to talk about feedback, oh, feedback, oh. Okay, all right, I'm doing too much. Y'all, this week we are talking about feedback. I know some of us don't do too well with taking feedback. Is that a problem? Is that a bad thing? Should I be worried that I don't take feedback well? Yes. Look, don't get me wrong. It's great to be secure in your own ability and gifts, but it's even better to receive feedback. Not the audio kind of feedback. That feedback is not good. Look, I understand sometimes receiving feedback can feel intimidating because you're vulnerable to another person's perspective or opinion. But look, being vulnerable in that way can yield some really great results, which we're going to get into. Look, I don't know if you've realized this, but as creatives, what we do is subjective to the viewer, or to the consumer who is on the other side. Although we may feel like it's a science in that when I do this and do this, it gets this result every time, there's nothing finite about creativity. There are times when it's important to welcome in outsider perspective so that we can get a good look at what we're doing and how we're presenting. And check this out. Feedback isn't just great for our creativity. It's great in other areas too. If you work a job with somebody who's managing you or overseeing what you do, you've probably received feedback at your job before, hopefully. But let's clarify this right now. Feedback is just data. It's just information that needs to be translated to be applied in your life. There's no point in receiving feedback if it's just going to go in one ear and out the other. When you receive feedback, this data, this information should be translated into growth language. It's got to be applied. So let's talk about feedback. I'm going to share 3 things that feedback can do in your life and for your creativity. Number 1, feedback can widen your perspective. Now, if you open up your Bible to Ecclesiastes 4, I play too much. If you open up your Bible to Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 9, it'll read, 2 are better than 1 because they have a good return for their work. Yo, look, feedback requires more than one person. You cannot give yourself accurate feedback, depending on what it is. But in most cases, you cannot give yourself feedback. Let's just be real. Sort of as we just read, 1 set of eyes is limited. 2 sets of eyes are less limited. As you increase the amount of eyes that you're bringing in for this perspective, the limits get lower and lower and lower. Y'all, can we be real? It's hard to look at what you do without bias. So you're going to need an unbiased party to come in and give you another perspective. As we talk about receiving feedback, I'm going to use the example of getting dressed to apply where feedback can fit in. Say I go put on an outfit such as this one, and I go ask one person, "Hey, how do you feel about this fit? You think this looks cool?" I've just invited 1 set of eyes into the process of me putting this outfit together. Now, maybe they say they think it's cool, and I just want a little bit more perspective. Let me drop a little nugget here. Who you ask for feedback matters. Let's say I throw this outfit on and I ask my wife what she thinks about it. She may think this outfit looks really great, but there also might be a smidge of bias. 1, because we live together. 2, because she loves how I look, you know what I'm saying? And 3, our taste may be really similar. So if I wanted to widen that perspective a little bit more, I would send a picture of this outfit to a friend, or maybe even a couple friends. Regardless, I'm taking that perspective and widening it bit by bit as I invite more people into it. Again, this is just an example. There are certain things that don't necessarily require a world of feedback. There are certain things that don't require you to ask 6 people before you make a choice in your project. But there are cases where it's beneficial, such as a job interview. If you're not familiar with what you're supposed to wear, you probably want to widen that perspective a little bit to some other people who have more experience in that area. Now, look, I can tell you who you're not going to ask about that job interview fit. The one person that has not been to one job interview in their entire life. Who you're asking for feedback from matters. I would never find myself asking for technical feedback on mixing or music production from somebody that paints or that sculpts or a chef. Why? Because they're not equipped with the experience or the tools to help me get to where I'm trying to go. Now, there are some times where feedback from inexperienced parties can help you understand how you're presenting to other inexperienced people. But for professional feedback, I highly recommend asking a professional. Here's something that I found recently. In addition to those inexperienced parties, we can ask for feedback from two different types of people: feedback from peers and feedback from mentors or people as such. When we receive feedback from peers, it helps us gain a better present perspective. Feedback from peers can help you understand the perspective of those who can do what you do. Whereas feedback from mentors or people that are ahead of you in skill can give you more of a future perspective. Feedback from these types of people can help you gain perspective from those who are where you want to be regarding skill. And then if we move backward, feedback from inexperienced parties or consumers will help us understand what the general public will perceive or observe. Now, just to clarify, feedback can be helpful and it is healthy, but you can't take feedback on everything from everyone. When you're open to feedback from outside parties, you can widen your perspective and understand what your art is communicating. Here's an easy example of that. Oftentimes, before artists put out records, they host listening parties. Why do they do that? Not only to build community and create an experience around this project, but to open the music up for feedback, to kind of read the room, to see how people are responding to what they put out. It's almost like the Jedi mind trick of feedback. Another example of this, a soft opening for a business. You do a soft opening for your business to kind of see the response and gauge how much business you might get once you officially launch. Sometimes it's just as simple as a test. Here's another example. When we put out this video course at the end of the year, we'll be open to feedback from the creative collective on what they think about the video course. So look, if you don't want your perspective to be limited to your own view, get out there, start seeking some feedback. So feedback can widen your perspective. Another great thing about feedback, it can affirm what you're good at. Now, just like most things, there are two sides to this. Feedback can affirm what you're great at, but it can also confirm that you're not that great at another thing. The same goes for widening your perspective. It can put you in that territory of people pleasing and asking too many people before you make any sort of decision. But look, let me tell y'all, this one can save your life. There's no sense in wasting time in something that's not in your wheelhouse. Now look, if you're spending money, you can get money back, but you cannot get your time back. Now, when you receive feedback, it can help you understand what needs work and what doesn't need work. Constructive feedback can be really affirming. It can show you what you're skilled in, what comes naturally to you, the things that happen when you don't even think about what you're doing. But constructive feedback should also help you identify what areas need more work. Let's take it back to the outfit example. Maybe I'm great at color blocking and matching the different colors in the fit, right? But maybe my pairing of silhouettes is off. Y'all know the silhouettes are pretty important when planning an outfit. You want to make sure things are proportioned, all that kind of stuff. But maybe that's an area that I'm not skilled in. When I ask somebody else, they should let me know that, hey, the colors are cool, but the silhouette, the shapes of the clothes that you're picking, they don't really complement each other. That is constructive feedback because it's pointing me in the right direction. It's telling me what I can change to improve. Y'all, by far, this is like the hardest thing about feedback. No one wants to be told what they're not good at. Y'all, check this out. In business, it's good practice to go through your products and services and figure out which to expand and which to abandon. Y'all, it's healthy for us to do this for ourselves. Let me put it this way. McDonald's isn't out here selling pizzas, at least not at the McDonald's around me. What does McDonald's do? Chicken nuggets, burgers, and fries. That's their thing. It would be backwards if Chick-fil-A started selling burgers. Constructive feedback helps us avoid that awkward tension of, I'm not really that good at this. When presented with that feedback, we're forced to make a decision. Do I continue to grow this skill or do I abandon it completely? And I think the answer to that question is purely circumstantial. It's a case-by-case basis. Man, let me make something very clear, okay? You are not skilled at everything. I'm talking to you. Let's be real. We're not perfect. We don't create perfect things. Everything you touch does not turn to gold. So don't be sour when someone tells you that you're not great at something. When we're seeking feedback, we're not seeking compliments. We're also seeking areas of growth. We're seeking areas where we need to grow, where we need to improve. That's the point. Yo, I have a story about that actually. So I was putting together one of my first projects. I don't even think it's still available on streaming platforms, but it was called the Chapters EP. And my mentor, Dave James, was helping me mix the project. And there were certain spots where I just made decisions that didn't make sense. And so he was asking me why did you do this? Why did you choose this? Because he wanted to get to the bottom of the choice, the intent behind the choice. And I would explain it and he'd be like, oh, no. So you don't want to do that. You should do this instead. In that space, that feedback was super helpful because it pointed me in the right direction and he gave me the technique that I was to use to do better the next time. If you ask somebody for feedback and they give you the real and you get upset and decide not to talk to them anymore, ask them for any more feedback, that's on you. Do better. Be better. I'm saying this because I love you and I care about you. But look, listen closely. When feedback confirms an area that you need more work in, that's the time to lock in on that area. If it's something that you choose to continue, that's the time to lock in on that area and get better to build that muscle. Hey, look, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I know this hoodie is a little bulky. I'm a slim guy, okay? If I decide to go to the gym and start trying to do lifts and start at 500 pounds, I'm not gonna be able to do it. Somebody gonna tell me, hey, bro, you shouldn't do that. Maybe you should, lighten up the weight a little bit. I'm going to lighten up the weight and build up to the point where I can do 500 pounds, hypothetically. Maybe one day I'll start lifting, but that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. But look, the important thing is don't continue to do what is driving people away. Prime example, if you're a producer, but you like to sing on the music that you create, but you can't sing, there's a chance that people aren't buying your beats because your singing might be driving people away. If you know somebody like that, and I can imagine all of us know someone who needs to be given like some serious feedback in love, don't go up to them and start telling them, yo, you suck. You need to put that down. Izzy said you need to grow it or kill it. And I think you need to kill it. Like, no, don't do that. But for real, we got to start being real with our feedback to the people that are close to us. So feedback can affirm what we're good at, but it can also show us where we need work. Lastly, feedback can grow you and push you closer to your goals. Y'all, I'm gonna paint out an equation here. You plus constructive feedback equals growth. Let me tell you the biggest piece of that equation. It's you. Your growth is based on how you handle receiving feedback. Your growth is directly connected to how you handle feedback. The better you handle and apply feedback, the quicker your growth, the closer you are to your goals. And look, on this journey, we should be setting goals, right? Whether they're different accomplishments you want to achieve or a revenue goal, you need to be setting some sort of landmark to help you figure out how far you are along on your journey. It's one thing to receive feedback, but it's a whole nother thing to actually apply it. To apply the feedback you receive is wisdom. If you start to receive the same feedback from multiple sources, take that as something that you should probably work on or change. I know sometimes we may think because something's a little hard to receive, it may be coming from a biased place, but if multiple people are addressing the same thing in their feedback, it's something for you to work on. By addressing the feedback that you receive, you're not only showing value in the perspective of those that you requested feedback from, but you're also showing yourself, I'm serious about this growth that I want to accomplish, and I'm going to do what I need to do to get there, to meet that goal. The same way that athletes review game footage, I like to review recorded performances of myself, whether that be here on the podcast or a live performance where I'm playing an instrument or doing some production. I like to send that game footage out to people who I trust for their perspective on it. Once I receive that feedback, I'll review it and figure out what I need to do to get better in those areas that I didn't perform too well in. This is an easy thing that you can do to get in the habit of receiving feedback and actually working on applying it. Y'all, feedback and accountability go hand in hand. So with that, I'm gonna challenge you. Can you name 5 people that's gonna keep it real with you? I don't mean just 5 friends. I mean 5 people that won't just compliment you, but will also tell you where you're lacking. Can you name 5 of those people? I can surely name 5 people. Matter of fact, I can name more than 5 people. But if you can't name 5 people, you need some new friends. Now let's flip it. When someone asks you for feedback, are you the type of person that doesn't say the negative things but only sticks on the positive? Let me tell you, there is no love in that. If you love someone, you want to see them grow. You want to see them succeed. You want to see them do better. If you can see the thing that's holding them back and you don't say anything, you're the problem. Again, it's hard to have that wide perspective when you're by yourself. But if you're the person that doesn't want to present that negative feedback because of how they'll receive it, you are the problem. But look, again, if you don't have those 5 friends that'll keep it real with you, you need some new community. And this is the great thing about the Creative Collective, y'all. And I'm gonna scream this thing until the cows come home. Through the Creative Collective, we've seen people gain that true accountability and honest feedback about the things that they create. The Creative Collective is truly a community of people who are on the same journey of maximizing their creativity that also care about each other and want to see each other succeed and grow. If you don't want to see others on their journey grow and succeed, I challenge you to look within yourself or ask somebody for feedback about why that is. If you don't want to see other creatives grow and thrive and succeed, I challenge you to check yourself on why. And as a matter of fact, you should probably ask somebody for feedback on that. Look, at Unlimited Artistry, we truly believe that there's room for everyone to succeed with their creative gifts and to thrive and to maximize their creative potential without having to knock somebody else off of their spot. Look, y'all, today was super fun. I loved being able to talk about feedback with you and talk about how it can widen our perspective and how it can affirm what we're good at and help us figure out what we're not that great at and grow us closer to our goals. Look, you may have some questions that you want to ask about getting feedback, or you may have some thoughts or some experiences you want to share. Look, the Creative Collective is the perfect place for that. I can't stress that enough. Join the conversation today. But y'all, that is it for today. I hope you're gearing up for this Thanksgiving holiday if that's something that you celebrate. I love it because I love all the food. It's my favorite. It's my favorite season for food. I can tell y'all that right now. Y'all, thank you so much for listening and tuning in today. To stay locked into everything that Unlimited Artistry has for you, you can follow us on Instagram at Unlimited Artistry. You can follow me on Instagram at Izzy_Lemons. You can follow us on TikTok at Unlimited Artistry. And you can visit the website at unlmtdartistry.com. Again, that's unlmtdartistry.com. That's okay, I keep doing that. Y'all gotta keep me calm, okay? Now, thank you so much for listening today. I will see you next time.